Let's talk about our hallways, passes, and tardies. So in the morning, the doors open here at JPJ at 6:45. You can wait in the cafeteria or in the hallways. Just make sure you're not going into any classrooms. Breakfast starts at 7 o'clock. And when you're eating breakfast or if you're in the hallways, just make sure you're cleaning up after yourself. Hallway expectations. I think you probably know how you should behave in the hallways. A few examples: you shouldn't be running, wrestling, making loud screeching noises that no one wants to hear. Please avoid throwing things, pulling on backpacks. PDA. PDA is public displays of affection. You shouldn't do it anywhere on campus at any time. You're allowed to give a quick 2-second hug. You're allowed to hold hands, but no kissing, no long embracing, no hanging on each other at any time, anywhere on campus. Let's talk about our hallway traffic. You can see that little graphic there of the red car, and all the cars are just moving out of the way. I think some of the students in our school feel like that. They feel like, I'll just walk anywhere I want, and all the other students will move away from me. But you can see in that scenario, all the other cars, they're stuck in place. What we need to do is we need to have a good traffic flow. So you should always stay on the right side of the hallway and keep moving. As long as both directions are on the right side and we keep moving, everybody will be able to get to class on time. All right, a few places to watch out for in our hallways. In our main intersections, you can see there's a red box. You shouldn't ever be standing in that box. You should always be moving in those intersections. Unfortunately, sometimes these intersections look like there's a mosh pit going on. You can see some people stopped in the middle there, and nobody can get through. So we all need to keep moving through those intersections. In the second graphic here, you can see there's a blue area against the lockers. In our main intersection, there's a few blue areas against the locker, and those are places where it's okay to stand. You can see a few of our cool Utah Jazz players hanging out here. However, they need to be up against the side of the lockers in that blue area so people can still walk through that hallway. If they start to expand and a bunch of people hang out there, like Rudy Gobert here, it blocks the entire hallway and no one can get through. All right, let's look at the traffic flow in our cafeteria. You come in through the main doors, you head to the back of the cafeteria, and then you choose one of the 3 lines. Once you get to the front of the line, you should stop right there. The reason is because when students get their food in the cafeteria, they need to be able to leave the line and go sit somewhere. So as you can see with this green area, students need to be able to walk side to side right there so that they can, once they have their food, go sit down. I'm sure many of you have had that situation before where you've gotten your food and then you couldn't get out because there's lines everywhere. So we need to keep the area clear there so students can walk through. You should only advance from the stopping point until the red tiles are open for you to walk to. All right, let's talk about hall passes. Each student gets 10 hall passes a quarter. You only get 10, so use them wisely. You should fill them out with your name as soon as you get them. When you are ready to use them, you need to write your name. You need to write the current date and the time you're trying to leave. Then you should have a teacher stamp and approve that you can use the hall pass. When you get back to class, you're expected to give the hall pass back to the teacher. Tardy Sweeps. We value our class time here at JPJ. That's one of our biggest things. We expect you to be in class from the beginning of class until the end of class. So we have a tardy sweep every single period. Once the bell rings, every teacher is going to close and lock their door. You need to be in the classroom by the time the bell finishes ringing. All right, if not, you'll be sent to an assistant principal to get a tardy and a stamp, and you must have that stamp to get it back into class. Morning tardies also count towards your tardy sweep, so make sure you're not tardy in the morning. Though those morning tardies may be excused by your parents or guardians with a note or if they call in. Here you can see the consequences for tardies. All right, your first one is a warning, but after that you start getting lunch detention, where you spend your lunch sitting next to an administrator and then you help clean up the cafeteria. Eventually it could lead to after-school detentions and even suspensions. So make sure you're not tardy. We rarely have any tardies here at JPJ. Attendance policy, you're expected to be here every day. A parent must call and excuse you if you're not here. The school will automatically call your home and let your parents know any periods you have missed. And if you do miss periods that are not excused, you'll be assigned a 60-minute detention for each period you miss. After school, students should be off campus by 2:45. You may stay in the building as long as you are with a teacher or a club or a group of some kind, but besides that, everybody should be off campus by 2:45.